The stories I hear from my mom and them, man, I was a rough kid. I had knots all the time in my head and my face from falling. I miss school pictures. Almost every class picture, I'm gone because my mom wouldn't let me go because I had some sort of knot or like I had something from playing in the yard or just getting hit.
Cormier's laughing like, wow, I can't believe I got out of the way of those.
A minute 11 left in the first. The jab from Cormier. Uppercut. Down goes Silva. Hammerfist. Cormier has done it. Daniel Cormier has just defeated Bigfoot. Mamma mia!
This kid is dangerous.
The money, the bright lights, all that, the interviews, the TV. Above everything, I love the competition. That's why I wrestled as long as I did. You know, I wrestled in the last two Olympics in 04 and 8. I walked in here as a 2-time Olympian, 6-time U.S. national champion, NCAA All-American at Oklahoma State University. My manager, Dwayne Zinkin, he actually started talking to me right out of college in 2001, and he said, listen, this is a sport for you. He said, have you ever been in a fight? And I was like, yeah. I grew up in Louisiana. If I didn't learn to fight, I was just gonna get beat up all the time. And even though I thought I knew how to fight, I still got beat up all the time, you know? So he kind of just kept up with me throughout my whole wrestling career. And when I was ready to fight, I said, hey, you know, I'm ready to try it. You know, is there anything I need to do? He said, well, what I'm gonna do is fight you out to AKA. It was a secret tryout. I didn't know that, but I came for about a week and I fell in love with the place because they had Kane and Koss and all those guys at the time. And about a month later, I was fighting in my first fight. I told my cousin the day of my first fight, I said, I'm gonna have to become a totally different person because I'm going into a cage and I'm gonna fight. It wasn't very pretty, but I won. But then after the fight, I realized I'm the same person that I've always been. I just understand the sport that I'm in now. Hey, turn this on. Come here, dude. You got it.
I'm mic'd, so.
Yeah, well, you just cover it. We know the old tricks. Come here.
Can't you wait like 2
minutes? No,
minutes?
it's fucking awesome. You're gonna love it. Come here, you're gonna love it. It's money in your pocket. You know how it's money in your pocket.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Go shower. I'll meet you in a minute.
How long are you gonna be?
I'm gonna be like 5 minutes.
You guys have 3 minutes. I need my bob.
I pull guard, Leandro. I pull guard.
Daniel Cormier is the biggest jokester in our gym. Nobody's safe from Daniel. I'm not safe from Daniel. You know, he picks on me too. I mean, you know, there was a point when he first came here where he was a little too far. He carried to the point where he almost got these guys fighting. It was all hell to stop it. And then I just finally tell Daniel, I go, hey Daniel, I go, it's cool. I get what you're doing. I go, but you got to stop, okay? He's incredible at pushing buttons.
I got away from him. He dizzy?
He is all about the team, though. He's all about, you know, companionship and helping the teammate out.
You know, if Kane's holding the belt at heavyweight, then I obviously want to fight the guy at the lower division more than anyone else because I want to get a belt. I coach Kane in wrestling. We don't want to fight each other. You know, coach athletes way different. You know, you don't want to hurt that guy. And also, I appreciate what Kane did for me when I stepped into this gym. He immediately walked over to me, gave me a hug, what's up, DC, and started working towards me getting better. Never viewed me as anything more than a guy to train together and get better together. And because of that, I don't want to raise my hand to hurt Cain Velasquez in any way, shape, or form. No.
For Daniel Cormier, the world is just basically it's all his. I mean, he can decide whatever he wants to do. Daniel's so gifted, you know, light heavyweight, heavyweight, it doesn't matter. I mean, the man can be competitive and be a champion wherever division he wants to go. It's up to Daniel.
Well, I think Jon Jones is the best. You know, I really do. And I would love to test my skills against him. He's an unbelievable athlete, but I just think that, you know, we get in that cage and it can be fireworks, man. My mom worked hard. She did house cleaning. My dad died when I was 7, but my mom had already started to date my stepdad, who raised me from when I was 3 years old, you know, so he's my father. And he worked for the city of Lafayette, so I had 2 very hard-working parents. I was one of the luckier kids to have 2 parents in the house. You know, when I was younger, we were on government assistance, and then when I turned about 6, my mom, you know, she didn't want to do that anymore. She wanted to try and make a way herself, her and my dad, and they did. So they worked hard.
Ready? When I say go, all Moses is gonna do is sprawl, and Angel's gonna crack it. Watch, watch. Ready?
Sprawl. Good. Set him to his hip. Drop that hip. Perfect. Chris, get ready, sprawl. Go, Chris. Too slow, Chris. That's way too slow. That's way too slow. Diego, do it. That's how it goes. Fast. You got to be fast. Chris, it can't be slow. It can't be slow. You don't want to let down the people that help you. I carry the AKA flag on me when I go in that cage. Nice crack down. Step over. Let him up. Stay in his face. Hold his head. Get on his head. Mark Anthony, get going. You're slowing everybody down. That's what it's all for. Going out there and representing yourself, your family, your team, your gym, your coaches, and everybody else around you in a positive light. There's nothing like it. You got to know at some point you're going to have to just bite down on your mouthpiece and fight. That's probably the truest thing that nobody ever tells you. I never had to do that until I fought Josh Barnett, you know, where I just had to go, okay, this is a fight. You know, this guy's not going anywhere. I better pack my lunch pail and get ready to go 5 rounds. And at some point, everybody has to do it. I came out somebody different, came out a completely different man. I'm confident I can go through anything now. Before, there's still some concern, you know, like, man, you know, what happens when I get hurt? What happens when I'm stuck in a bad position? You know, you don't know how you're gonna react until you do it. Like, it's something in me now. I had to go, 25 minutes is tough when your eye's bleeding and you're stuck in a leg lock. And the guy that you're in front of, you've punched multiple times. You've taken him down, you've elbowed him, you've kicked him in the head, and that warrior keeps coming forward. Then you have to turn something different on. Like, man, he's not going anywhere. I've got to start thinking a different way. Like, how far am I willing to go to win this fight? And that's where I had to go to beat Josh. And now, I mean, before, you know, I told Bob Cook, I said, you know, I'm not going to do arm bars and Kimura locks. Why? Because I don't think I can break anybody's arm to finish a fight. I train arm bars and Kimura locks now. And I learned that in that fight. Because now I know if I had to, I would do it. Now I know that I'm willing to go far to win. Far. That I'm uncomfortable telling you.
I'm not sure what that means.
I know you're not. I'm just saying, like, I'm willing to do anything. I want to win that fight. I'm willing to go places that most men aren't. You know, I mean, okay, break my arm. That doesn't mean we're done fighting. That's what I mean.
You know, Daniel dictates what he wants to do, but you know, I believe in him and what he can accomplish. So, you know, but his goal is right now is to take care of Frank Mir. That's his only focus.
I have so much respect for Frank Mir. I have so much respect for Josh Barnett. When we get in the cage, we have business. You know, we have business to deal with. You know, we're gonna give the fans a good show. We're gonna give people what they paid for. You guys came to watch a fight, we'll give you a fight. I respect Frank so much. But that doesn't mean when we get in that cage, I'm not going to try to take his head off, as he's going to do to me. It's part of what it is. You train, you fight, you show respect at the end of it. We're educated men and we're family men. You know, we're not crazy people.